we shall continue our discussion on sorting. In particular, we were exploring a strategy following divide and conquer paradigm. So it was the approach was this: we break the problem into two subproblems of size n by 2 each. So we keep doing this. And when do we stop? When problem size becomes 1. Then we start computing the solution in bottom up fashion. So this one is sorted, this one is sorted. How do we merge these two sorted arrays to get a sorted array at this stage? So like that we keep doing at the last level. Then this is sorted, this is sorted. How do we merge these two to get a sorted array? So this is precisely what we were doing until we hit the root. We also saw an approach using which we can solve this problem merging two sorted arrays. Problem is merging two sorted arrays. So given two sorted arrays of size n1 and n2, and how many comparisons we did to sort the union a1 union a2, we saw that it was between n1 plus min of n1 comma n2 to n1 plus n2 minus 1. And we also saw that these bounds were tight. We saw a couple of examples for which it is precisely min of n1 comma n2 and it is n1 plus n2 minus 1 as well. One can look at it this way. So which means the worst case analysis, if you see, it is n1 plus n2 minus 1 and input size is, you are given two sorted arrays of size n1 and n2, which means input size is n1 plus n2, which let me call it as say n, and which means this one is n minus 1 and it is theta of n. So which means given two sorted arrays of size n1 and n2 and whose sum is n, the merging can be done in theta of n time. This is an efficient approach. One can also think of this. So take two sorted arrays and maybe you call insertion sort, or so you call insertion sort with respect to a1 union a2, or you can do selection sort, or you can do bubble sort, correct? But the point is, if you do this, then what would be the complexity in the worst case? For all of them, it is theta of the input size is n, and the square of that. Which means, if we invoke the incremental design strategy under which we saw three different algorithms, we know that it will take theta of n square. But here is a strategy which is very different from all of this, taking theta of n time, which means this is the efficient strategy. Now we are going to make use of this in analyzing our sorting. So this gets the name merge sort in the literature. And in particular, since we are dividing it into two subproblems of equal size, this is also known as two-way merge sort. Now one can ask, can I generalize this and ask for three-way merge sort, k-way merge sort and so on? Answer is yes, which we shall explore shortly. Now we shall analyze what is the complexity of two-way merge sort, and assuming it is going to make use of this algorithm as a subroutine. Fine. So what we are going to do is, we are going to look at the best case analysis. Let's focus on best case analysis first, and then let's do the worst case as well. So on one side we break down the problem into two subproblems of equal size, so we keep doing this until we get problem size 1, correct? This is precisely what we are doing. Now listen, then in bottom up fashion we start merging them. So these are all problem size 1, right? How many comparisons we need? We need 0 comparisons, correct? Now you come over here. Now you have a sorted array of size 1, sorted array of size 1. So n1 is 1 and n2 is 1. And to get a sorted array of size 2, it says in the best case we need only one comparison. So which means at this level we need one comparison. Correct? Now at this place you have a sorted array of size 2, sorted array of size 2. Number of comparisons at this stage is you need 2. So like that it goes. Now you have a sorted array of size n by 4, sorted array of size n by 4, and to get a sorted array of size n by 2, minimum number of comparisons is n by 4, correct? It says min of n1 comma n2, and both n1 and n2 are n by 4. So this is what we get, correct? And now to get sorted array of size this, what is that we would be doing at this stage? This is what we get, right? Now to get a sorted array of size n, you have two sorted array of size n by 2 and n by 2, and the cost for merging them is min of n1 comma n2. So at the root it is n by 2. So when input size is 1, 1 everywhere, we know it is already sorted, so 0 comparison. And when you move one level up, you are having two sorted arrays, each of size 1, and the cost to merge them is 1 each. Then you have two sorted arrays of size 2, and to merge them it is min of 2 comma 2, it is 2. So like that it goes. So when you come to this stage, you have two sorted arrays size n by 4, n by 4. So the cost to get a sorted array of size n by 2 is n by 4. Again n by 4. Now you have a sorted array of size n by 2, n by 2, to merge them it is min of n2, n by 2 comma n by 2. So it is n by 2 comma n by 2. So this is our cost tree or computation tree. Now what is the cost from the root? It is n by 2. Cost from second level is also n by 4 plus n by 4, which is n by 2. So like that it goes. And how many ones will be there? Last but one, there will be n by 2, because there are n zeros, which means n by 2 ones. Please note, this is level number 0. This is level number 0, this is level number 1, and this is level number log n base 2. So which means we get to see n by 2 from level number 1, then level number 2, so on up to level number, this is from L0, this is from last but 1, which is log n base 2 minus 1. So this is our cost T of n. So which means T of n is n by 2 times 0 to log n base 2 minus 1, which is log n base 2. And this is between what, n by 4 log n base 2 is less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to n by 2 log n base 2. My C1 is n by 1 by 4, C2 is this, which means solution to the recurrence is theta of n log n. Is this fine? So it turns out that merge sort in the best case incurs theta of n log n time. Please note, in the best case, insertion sort incurs theta of n, and so still insertion sort is better because this is taking theta of n log n time. But compared to other algorithms like bubble sort, selection and bubble and selection, it is still better. And if you compare it with insertion, it is not. Let's look at the worst case analysis and see whether there is an improvement. And our ultimate question was, can sorting be done in little o of n square in the worst case? So let me repeat this part. So we break down the problem into two subproblems of equal size, and we keep doing this until the recursion bottoms out. As part of computation tree, we are calculating what is the time to merge two sorted arrays. Because it is best case analysis, we are taking the lower bound. And lower bound at last level is 0 because it is already sorted. At last but 1 is you are trying to merge two sorted arrays of size 1 each. So it is min of 1 comma 1, so it is 1 everywhere. Then you have a sorted array of size 2 here, sorted array of size 2 here. To merge them, cost is 2. And we keep going up. And when we come over here, we have two sorted arrays of size n by 4 each. To merge them, we need n by 4. Then we have two sorted arrays of size n by 2 each. To merge them, we need n by 2 to get a sorted array of size n. And interestingly, at each level it is n by 2. And if you simplify, we get theta of n log n time. Now we shall look at the worst case and see whether we have made a real progress. Let's look at the worst case analysis. So let's focus on the cost. So input size reduction happens like this. So somewhere down we get to see something like this. As far as the cost tree is concerned, we are interested in the worst case cost, right? What it says is it is n1 plus n2 minus 1, which means at the root it is n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 1, which is n minus 1. So you have a sorted array of size n by 2, another sorted array of size n by 2. To merge them, it is n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 1. Now you have a sorted array of size n by 4 and n by 4. To get a sorted array of size n by 2, we need n by 4 plus n by 4 minus 1, so which is n by 2 minus 1. And similarly over here it is n by 4 plus n by 4 minus 1, which is n by 2 minus 1. So at this stage it is actually n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 1. Now like that, if we do it, then we will have n by 4 minus 1, n by 4 minus 1, over here n by 4 minus 1, n by 4 minus 1. So like that it keeps going down. And now when you look at this one, when it is 1, it is 0 everywhere. And at this place it is 1 plus 1 minus 1. So 1 plus 1 minus 1, which is 1. So which means we will have 1 everywhere. So this is precisely what we will have at these places. Correct? Now when problem size is 1, we have nothing to compare, so it is 0 everywhere, but at this stage it is, we are taking a problem size 1 which is sorted, another array which is sorted, to merge them to get a sorted array of size 2, it is 1 everywhere. Now we just need to calculate what is the cost from all of this, and with that we can calculate the total time complexity. So from this level it is n minus 1. So from this level it is n by 2 minus 1 and n by 2 minus 1, which is n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 2 or n minus 2. So from this level if you see, we see n by 4 4 times and minus 1 4 times. So like that it keeps going down. At the next level if you see, it will be n by 8 appearing 8 times, so it is n, and minus 1 is appearing 8 times, so it is n minus 8. Correct?
Yes.
And it keeps going down. When we move down at this stage, we see that it is n by 2. There are n by 2 ones. Correct? Now you can see that there is a pattern. So n minus 1 and n minus 2 and so on. Now you can also look at it this way.
Yes, ma'am.
This one is n minus 2 power 0. 2 power 0, 0 is the level number. That is n minus 2 power 1. This one is n minus 2 square. So like that it goes. Which means what is this? So this one is n minus 2 power. Look at the level. Level 0, level 1 and so on. And this comes from 2 power log n base 2 minus 1. Correct? And so this value is actually n minus, this one is 2 power log n base 2 by 2, which is n by 2, and which is precisely what we have written here. Which means overall time complexity is T of n is equal to contribution from the first level is n minus 2 power 0. Contribution from the first level is n minus 2 power 1, so on up to n minus 2 power log n base 2 minus 1. We can take n out, and how many times n is appearing? N is appearing starting from 0 to log n base 2 minus 1, which means it is appearing log n base 2 times. Minus, we have 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1, so on up to 2 power log n base 2 minus 1. This is precisely n log n base 2 minus, what is this value? This value is 2 power log n base 2 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. And this is n minus 1, which means it is n log n base 2 minus n plus 1. Correct? Now we can see that this value n log n base 2 minus n plus 1. Correct? So this is at most we can say 10 times n log n base 2. Correct? And this is lower bounded by say 0.5 times n log n base 2, which means this expression is tight, which is n log n base 2. So we can see that the worst case, we have achieved a time which is little o of n square. What is this? Little o of n square. The beauty here is merge sort both in best case and the worst case incurs theta of n log n base 2, which means for all inputs it incurs theta of n log n base 2. Correct? The extreme is n log n base 2. The right extreme is also n log n base 2, which means for all inputs it incurs n log n base 2. And this is really what we wanted. So here is an algorithm which is taking little o of n square or theta of n log n in the worst case. So we made a breakthrough. We have designed an algorithm following divide and conquer strategy, which is giving theta of n log n time in the worst case.